She's my student, but in many ways, she's my principal also. Casey is a girl who originally came from public school and came to Shalshelis when I believe she was in 7th grade, and has really taken Torah and mitzvahs upon herself. She came with an older sister, Rachel, who was a tremendous tzaddikus herself. And not only have they become Shomer Shabbos, but they have brought their parents along and their wonderful brother along. And Casey is actually now the Rebbitzin in Colorado. And she flew in special for this event to inspire us today. I am so thankful and grateful to have a student like you. You represent Shalshelis, and you're our dream come true. And may Hashem help us that all of our students should continue on in your footsteps. Thank you, President.
Hi everyone. Wow, it sounds loud. Is there a way to pick it up? Okay, so I prepared a speech, but then I was told that it's a packed schedule, so I only have 10 minutes, and I changed up the speech. At the end, I just said no speech. I'm not preparing it. I'll just speak straight from my heart, and hopefully it'll enter yours. I'd like to start off by telling you that in addition to the introduction, I did fly in specifically for this event. I was here in August, and I love New York, but I love Colorado more. And I said I'm not coming back for a while. I had enough. And when I heard this opportunity, Aura told me, you know what, there's an event for the school. They need money. They're in critical situation, and like, would you come to speak? And I didn't even think about it. I just had a baby 2 months ago, 9 weeks to be exactly on today, on Shabbat, Baruch Hashem. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about, I have, Baruch Hashem, 3 other kids, in addition to the newborn, and I didn't even think about the kids, the newborn. I just said yes. And I said yes because I owe my life, everything that I am. I owe it to Rabbi Kuhlman and Mrs. Goodstein in this school. And I'm crying because really, I was a public school kid, and the street accepts everybody. The street does not say, you're Hasidish, you're Litvish, you're Sephardi, you're Bukhari. No, they'll come on along, we'll do it together. And it's so easy to be a part of the streets, it's so easy to do whatever your heart desires. But in this school, it also accepts everyone, but it inspires you, it helps you grow, it doesn't put you in the pit deeper and deeper like the streets do. And when I came into the school, it doesn't matter if you choose to wear a wig, not wear a wig, whatever, as long as you're doing a kosher thing, they support you, they're there with you, they help you, they love you. And it's unconditional, and I don't know from where they get this from, because even me, I became religious, and now I live in Denver, and I'm not a Rebbitzin there, but I'm underneath a Rebbitzin. And I speak, and I see people, and now that I'm from, it's so hard not to judge the ones who are not. Like, what are you doing? Like, how could you be doing this? And I became religious, and it's so hard to accept. It's so hard to help and to pick them up without you going down. And that's what the school does. Hashem has some kind of divine providence over the school, and the teachers give you a thing that no other school can give. I've never seen any other school who loves unconditionally, who gives of their heart. They're working for 8 months without being paid. Who in this generation does that? Nobody does that, because they also have to pay bills, they also have children, they also have tuition, and yet they do it for what? Why do they do it? Because they see the outcome, and they see that it's really from all for Hashem. And I want to just tell you stories of how I was becoming religious. I was living life, everything was fine, and then I was in public school, and I started up with a girl. Well, I didn't start up with her, she started up with me. And me being the rah-rah type of girl I am, I didn't just sit quietly like, oh, okay, I don't like bullies. So I stood up for myself, and we got into a fight, like a physical fight. And I came home crying, and I told my mom, and she said, okay. Then it happened again, and it happened again, and it happened again. My mom said, enough, we're taking you out of public school, I'll give you to some yeshiva. She didn't know I was going to become religious. So I went to yeshiva, and I remember the teachers coming over to me, telling me, you know, skirts and this and Shabbat. I'm like, no. I thought that the Torah was given to specific people, it was optional. I didn't know that we had to keep it. So I said, no, I'm good. And slowly, I learned about all the commandments, and I tried keeping Shabbat. I went to the Shabbatons that they made for us. And I was just like, wow, this feels so real. This touches, like, you do all that other stuff that is not according to the Torah, and you think you're happy, but you're not. It blocks you. And then when you get a taste of heaven, which is, you know, kashrut and keeping Shabbat and all these amazing lessons. I mean, you know, Mrs. Gussi, the way she speaks, how could you not become religious from that? And like I heard it and it touched my soul, and I really said, you know what? I see the truth in it. How could I just not do it? How could I just ignore it? So slowly I grew, and I have an older sister, Rachel. She's here. She should be speaking, but she's embarrassed. she's has stage fright, but she really became religious. She became Hasidic in 1 year. Like, she became so religious, and I'm like, no, I cannot. So I was very slow, and the staff never, ever pressured us. They never pushed us. They just took us as we are, and they helped us grow, and they did things that no other teacher would do. For an example, they took us to Juni's, Chaisara. She took us to Juni's, and she said, you bring me in all your pants and all your shorts and all the short skirts, and then instead we're going to trade it off for skirts and Juni's. And we came and we brought bags of stuff, like, yeah, you know, free clothes, why not? And we went, and the owner of Juni's, she was so inspired, and she said, so we took, like, I don't know how much income mother just took it. We were all like a bunch of girls, oh, like this, and at the end, the bill came out to so much. And the owner, she literally just said, you know, just give me, I forgot how much it was under $100, like a whole bunch of stuff. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, like, who would do that for you? If it's not real, like, if it's, like, obviously, you know, there's a truth to it. Obviously, there's a beauty in keeping this. So, and then, like, other examples where I would stay after school ended at 4, 3:55, 4. I used to just stay with Mrs. Wright for hours, talking, debating, how do I know this, how does this, how is that, Which other teacher would do that? Which other teacher would sit there and give her time and, like, really debate the topics? And it was just amazing. And the more that I learned, the more I kept, the more my mom went crazy. The more she went crazy, the whole family went crazy. And it was just like, and then it came to a point where I'm not really accepted in my family, you know, in all my own friends, the family, and I'm not accepted in the very religious way. I would come to Borough and I would do that whole bump thing to fit in, but for some reason I would still get these looks, like, oh, who are you? And I'm like, I don't belong here, I don't belong there, like, what am I? Who am I? Like, it's hard, because you don't fit in here, you don't fit in there. At home, you know, they think, you know, you snap. And in the streets of Borough Park, unfortunately, you get stared at, and I'm just like, what's wrong with me? And Baruch Hashem, I had a group of my friends from my class, Aura, Tivia, Karen, Batel, Camila, like everyone, like, if not for these girls, I don't know if I would have done it. Like, we kept Shabbat, and after Shabbat, we would go and do our stuff, you know, so we were like, becoming religious, so we transitioned together so smoothly, so beautifully. Like, we started off keeping an hour of Shabbat, then it became 2 hours and 3 hours, and then I remember I had a hard time with eating kosher gum, and my friend Aura was like, throw it away, you have to throw it away. Like, just small things like that, where I helped her with, you know, transitioning into listening to only Jewish music. For me, that was easy. For her, that was hard. But we helped each other. It was like, you know, our whole class was just together. We were united. We helped each other. How did we learn this? From where? It's our teachers, our staff. And Rabbi Kukovin, I'm sorry to embarrass you, but He's my grandfather, and when I had my baby, I called him begging him, please come to Denver, I'll give you the sandak, you deserve it, you know, like, it's because of you that this is here. And unfortunately, he couldn't come, but I'm always thinking about him. I'm always like, you know, thinking about all the staff in the school. I have not forgotten any of them, and they all look just as beautiful as they did 10 years ago. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see where there's Jewish people who are on such a high level, and yet they take it like they make it their business to help out other people who do not have what they have. And now that I'm here, I look at my kids and I say, Baruch Hashem, they're not gonna have to struggle with, you know, like everything they have, you know, kashrut, Shabbat, and they go to a yeshiva, a good yeshiva, and they will be accepted in Beis Yaakov, B'ezrat Hashem. And I just look at them and I say, thank God that they're not gonna have the struggles that I had. I had these struggles and I worked and I cried and I sacrificed, and only now, you know, everybody understands, my mother, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, now they say, wow, you see the kids on the streets, oh my God, they're all, you know, I don't know how much you guys know, but I'm not gonna expose you guys, but they're just like, they're going crazy, the world is going crazy, literally, and they say, thank God, you didn't listen to us, thank God that you continued going to yeshiva and you changed your life. At the time, they didn't understand. There was a hilarious story where it was on Hanukkah, and we said that we have to do candles, and I'm like, okay, so the school gives us a menorah, it's like a disposable menorah type of thing, and those candles, you know, the red and blue candles, and I come home like I'm doing this, and I put it on the windowsill, and I light it, and then it drips onto the windowsill, and my mother comes like, what is this? I just painted. She told me, no, you're not doing it. So the next day, I'm like, okay, I'll do it in my room. So I did it again, and my mom saw she got so angry, she threw everything in the garbage. And my mom, she's not a bad person, it's just she comes from, you know, communism. They prohibited, so she didn't have Shal Beis Yaakov. And that's why she didn't understand, what's the point of all this? So she threw it all in the garbage. When she left, I took it out. You know, of course, everything was done with me, my sister, she was there all along. And we did it again, but I became smart this time. I took aluminum foil, I put it underneath, and I did the candles. And then I see that it's dripping again onto the windowsill, so I took a napkin and I'm cleaning it and it caught on fire. And I'm like, oh, and I just threw it on my bed that's made out of wood. And before I know, my whole bed is on flames, and I'm running back and forth with a bucket of water, and I was like, what is she up to now? I'm putting out the fire, and she comes and she says, oh my God. She started like, she put it out with me obviously, but then she's like, oh my God, they're brainwashing you. They told you to kill the whole family. They told you to burn down the house. What are they teaching you? She called Rabbi Kubin and telling him, they are not going to school. Do not arrange a bus service for them. That's it. They're going to public school. You guys are crazy, you know? She was going crazy. So at the end of the day, she called the grandparents, the uncles. They came. What are you doing? This is crazy. They're separating the family, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, Baruch Hashem, that we didn't stop there, we continued. It only helped us get stronger, because as I heard that it's all the Yetzer Hara, the Yetzer Hara, it's preventing us, and I'm like, how come it's working so hard to hold us back? There must be something there, there must be something good, because when you go to the streets and you want to do X, Y, and Z, there's no resistance, it's just, yeah. But when it comes to Judaism, for some reason, it's not okay. So we continued going strong, and it was only because of the staff who supported us, who listened to us, who helped us, who loved us, who was patient with us. They're so patient, and they never ever like hurried us up, like, oh, you're annoying, or what are you doing? It was always so loving and so inspirational, and all these assemblies, I still remember them. And everything that I learned here in Shal Beis Yaakov, I take these tools and I apply it to my community in Denver. And I'm in charge of the Rosh Chodesh events. And I literally, all these ideas, you know, Miss Samuel's ideas, all the stories that you told, I tell it over, it's so in my mind, it's fresh. And So it's not just that they help me, they help the community in Denmark, because if not for them, I would not be there, I would not know how to teach or whatever. And Baruch Hashem, it's my children who are going to be, like I tell them the stories, I tell them all the time, Shalshelis, and the yearbook, they look through it, and they're not going to have the struggles that I had because I did it for them. They can have other struggles, but unfortunately, there's only one Shalshelis Beis Yaakov. And if I'm still in Colorado, she's not going to have that, but at least I can give her whatever I know. And it gives me comfort to know that there's a school, in Shalshelis Beis Yaakov in the world. And we honestly, we don't know where our kids are going to end up in their generation. It's like, you just never know. It could be, huge rabbits and their kids are going off the derech. And it's like, you just never know. So you helping out the school, you could be helping out your future generations because you don't know what's going to happen these days. So it's not just you're helping other people, you should think about it as helping yourself. So every penny that you give to this community, to this school, you're going to be a part of a bigger picture where everything that these kids are going to be learning, everything that these kids are going to be doing, and their children, and their children, and their children will be all, you will have a merit, and you will have a peace in that. And your heaven is going to be huge. So isn't that worth it? Of course. And I feel like I know for sure that this school will not close down. It will continue going. Just like the Jewish people have been prosecuted, and against all odds, we're still here, right? Shalshelis Beis Yaakov is going to be here too, forever, until Mashiach comes. But the question is, who's going to have the zechut, or who's going to be zocher? You guys understand? To be a part of this amazing school, to be a part of these kids' mitzvot, to be a part of these kids changing their lives. It's gonna be here, with or without you. But are you gonna grab the opportunity of helping this school continue on, and not just continue on as barely making it, but flourish? Because this school, I think, it doubled in size, right? I think since I was there, it's huge. I had a small class, and it's just. In their generation, we need it so bad. We need the school so badly. It's so bad. More than 10 years ago, I just spoke to a few teachers and they all said the school changed, in a good way, but the generation is changing. And I see, Baruch Hashem, I have kids, and they tell me some things, so I'm like, I would never talk like that. I was a public school kid. It's just the generation is just different. It's just different. It's in the air, and they feel it, and they are catching on to it. And we need the school so badly. It's not easy to give unconditional love. It's not easy to have patience. It's not easy to give your heart into kids who don't have it. And this school has what it takes. We need to support it. We need to be a part of it. If Hashem put you here, there's a reason. If you're hearing me speak and you heard all these amazing speakers speak before me, there's a reason. There's a reason that you all are here right now. It's not just for nothing, right? Hashgacha pratis. You guys are all here because you need to help. And if anybody can please donate, or all these raffle tickets, if you can do your best to somehow sell them, because we need the school to continue. And together, united, we can do it together. And I give everyone a blessing that you should never need the services of the school. I give you a bracha that your children should always be on the derech, should always see the beauty of Hashem, this dark world where it's so hard to see Hashem. I hope that you and your children are only going to be givers of kiruv and never takers. I hope that everyone has health and parnasa and shalom bayit and love and happiness, and may everybody have this flame inside of them and only help other candles in the world, because all of us are initial. At the end of the day, everyone has a spark inside of them. It just has to be lit, and by giving, you're never losing. You're getting bigger and bigger. So thank you, everyone, for listening to me.
Thank you, Casey. We're actually going to do something very special and bring up your classmates to celebrate with us. This is Rachel, Casey's sister, and who's big with this? This is Casey's baby. We have her wonderful friend Adina. Please come up. This is Adina from her class, Shona Shabbos Torah Mitzvahs and Queens. We have Olga from Rachel's class, and our dear Sylvia, who is a teacher, one of our preschool assistants in Shalshalis. We have one of our 10th graders, Miri Michaelov, and Elena. Please come. Some of our wonderful, wonderful girls. And all of our wonderful teachers. Thank you so much. This is Shalshalis B'Shekel. Thank you very much for coming to support Casey. And you're a dream come true. That's all I can say. You're just a dream come true. Hashem should bless every single one of you with generations and generations of tzaddikim and tzidkanios. Thank you very much.